Did he impress you in that Klitschko fight, Fury? In his evasive
nah,
skills, at least?
Nah. Boxed 12 rounds and ran. Don't respect that. As I always said, like, if I'm the king of Dubai in the olden days, and different empire comes to take my territory, you don't come and steal my treasure. That's what Fury done. I think he stole the belts from Klitschko in a sense. Like, he just boxed and moved. I know it's the art of boxing, but I always said that you come to slay the king. You look him in his face, you know, and you take what's his. And that's what I think me and Klitschko done. We came together man to man and just went to war. And I think that's like relit the division as well.
So we just heard there from Anthony the Matador Joshua. And since these comments have been made, several people, obviously all the LDBC, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, everyone's jumped on these comments and they've said things like, oh yes, Anthony Joshua, he's too stiff, he's too hypocritical. Oh yes, Anthony, a big stiff hypocrite. Oh yes, oh, Anthony Joshua, he's as stiff as he is a hypocrite. A big stiff hypocrite. Oh yes, oh. So we heard that from Fury. Everyone else ranting and raving. Oh, AJ said that Fury's performance against Vlad was boring and this, that, the other. AJ's done exactly the same thing. Listen, let me tell you the key differences here. Number one, Anthony Joshua was not in there with Vlad. The reason AJ had the right to call a spade as it pertains to Tyson Fury's performance against Vlad is the fact that Fury went in the ring with Vladimir. AJ went in with Vladimir, yeah? And that creates an environment where there is no hypocrite about it, because AJ proved what he was talking about. As an example, you've heard people like Wilder come out, you've heard people like Fury come out and criticise AJ's performance, but Wilder, if you go in there and you knock Ruiz out, I will personally say, you know what, AJ's got a bit of a fair point there. The problem is, you've got all these people who are saying their performance was boring, but we haven't actually seen anyone in boxing history beat Ruiz better. We haven't seen no one beat Ruiz go toe-to-toe yet. So, until that precedent's proven out, I might be wrong. Let's say Fury goes in there and goes toe-to-toe with Ruiz and beats him. Let's say even Wilder goes in there and knocks Ruiz out. I'll personally come on here and say, you know what, guys, if this man wants to criticise what AJ did, that's fair enough, because there's proof there, yeah? AJ's win over Ruiz was 12 rounds. If someone goes in there and finishes Ruiz, I'll put my hands in the air and say, you know what, that man, by the way, and only that man, not the fans. Their fans can't say squat because he ain't done it. They haven't done it himself. If anyone's able to stop Ruiz, that man alone is able to criticise AJ's performance, or is able to criticise what AJ said. And that's why AJ, when he criticised Fury, he earned the right to do that, because he went in there and bashed Vlad all from pillar to post. When you go in there and do a better job on someone, he has the right to say that. You know what, Fury? I thought the performance you did was boring, because I did it better. And that's what people always forget about AJ, because up until the point AJ had beaten Vladimir, you didn't hear AJ mention nothing about that performance. Does that make sense? AJ's always very humble. He speaks with his actions. And that's something that Fury and Wilder and all of these other bum guys don't do. They talk. They never want to go in there and do it. Wilder, go in there and knock Ruiz out. And then start talking. Instead, though, Wilder loves to do it the other way. He likes to talk, oh man, Anthony Joshua, he a hypocrite. Yeah, he slagged off Tyson Fury. But he didn't do a better job himself. Oh, yeah, oh. AJ went in there with Vlad and bashed him all around the ring. Next difference. That's the first difference. The second difference is this. Vladimir Klitschko is a fiddly kind of fighter. Yeah? We haven't seen anyone go in there with Andy Margin Boo Ruiz and show a different way of beating him. Now, I actually believe AJ could have mixed it more. And even AJ himself, I've got another video coming soon. AJ actually says to Ruiz, after the fight, he says, listen, Ruiz, that fight was just about getting to the third fight. In the third fight, we're going to go toe-to-toe. That's what he said. But anyway, back to this video. Fact of the matter is, AJ, we haven't seen... Look, when Joseph Parker was in there with Ruiz, Joseph Parker didn't stand toe-to-toe with him. Joseph Parker was doing a similar game plan to AJ did. The difference is, AJ did it better. AJ won every round, whereas Parker, in my opinion, lost. But still, it was a relatively close fight. And Parker had a close fight with Ruiz by going backwards. That's what we do know. My point is, anyway, that's irrelevant. The fact of the matter is, We haven't seen people are sitting. Oh, AJ, your performance was boring. We haven't seen no one go in there with Ruiz and show us it's possible to do it another way. Someone please, I'm begging for someone please go in there and stand toe to toe with the man with the fastest hands in heavyweight history. God's honest truth. I actually think, and I said this before the fight to be fair, so it's not like I'm changing up now. I said Andy Ruiz, I've sat down and thought about it. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not a massive boxing historian, but from the boxing I do know, I haven't seen a man with as fast hands as Andy Ruiz, especially when you consider how big and bubbly he is. Like, I don't know how he's got God-gifted genetics in his shoulders or whatever it is. They're rapid. I haven't seen no fighter in history before have hands that quick. And not only that, the way he rattles off hooks and uppercuts and right hands and puts it all together. I haven't seen anything like it. And I don't care what no one says. And nor has no one else. So, until I see someone go in there and prove it's possible another way, people can't say squat. Because whatever AJ said about Fury's performance over Vlad, he went in there and showed you. Yeah? He didn't sit there and say, oh yeah, Fury did a rubbish job, but by the way, I'm going to sit on the bench like Wilder. That's the kind of thing Wilder does. I'm pretty sure actually, Wilder slagged off Fury's performance. Oh man, Tyson Fury was boring against Vlad. And then, typical Wilder, slags off AJ's performance against Ruiz, slags off Fury's performance against Vlad, and where is he to be seen? Has he fought Vlad? Did he fight Vitali? Did he fight Ruiz? Who's he fought? Oh, don't tell me. He fought a man who's never fought no one in Lewis Dinosaur Tees. Come on, man. Let's talk Turkey here. Anyway, moving on. The next category, my third and final point in what differentiates what AJ did against Ruiz and what Fury did against Vlad. And this is probably one of the most important points. Listen. When AJ went in there with Ruiz, what did he do? Did he go life and death? Did he go 50-50? I'm not being funny, hand on my heart, yeah. Fury versus Vlad. I actually think Vlad won that fight on the basis that he didn't take the belts. He just kind of went in there. It was life and death. It was 50-50. And you got to bear in mind it was in Germany as well. So, in God's honest truth, Fury versus Vladimir Klitschko on that night in Germany. Bearing in mind Vlad had been champion for 10 years. Did Fury go in there and take the belts? In my opinion, no, he didn't. He went in there and maybe I reckon he won about 7 out of 12 rounds. In my opinion, maybe 8. But even that said, does that really win you a title? I'm sorry, it didn't do it for me. The difference is when AJ went in there with Ruiz, what did he show? Did he win 7 rounds or did he win 12 rounds? AJ won 12 rounds. If you're going to do that boring boxing performance, you best win 12 rounds. Don't be doing that. Don't be trying to be. If you're going to be boring, you might as well show your class. If you're going to make it boring, win 12 rounds. Another great example, Fury versus Wilder. Fury's boring as you like. Goes in there, goes life and death on his back twice. AJ goes in there with someone more deadly than Wilder. Wilder's hands aren't quicker than Ruiz's. I don't care what no one says. Wilder ain't got no pressure like Ruiz. Wilder lets you sit at mid-range and just chill out and tries to basically catch you lacking. If you keep your concentration up, even look at the Fury knockdowns. When Fury went in there with Wilder, the only reason he got caught was because he's half shot. But the only reason he got caught was because he got lazy and he took his eyes off the ball. Because for the first 9 rounds, Wilder couldn't land squat. Just proving Wilder only catches you. Same as the Ortiz fight. Wilder didn't catch Ortiz because he did something different. He waits until his opponent gets a bit tired and or loses concentration. The Ortiz one was a classic. Ortiz starts smiling, starts being goofy, starts literally sitting in range. He stood in range and smiled with his hands by his waist and got chinned. Fury, similar kind of stuff. I'm pretty sure actually in the 9th round, I'm pretty sure Fury started taunting or something, started doing some goofy stuff. And I remember Ben Davison saying after the fight, I was telling Fury, stay sharp, don't be doing goofy stuff. Concentrate, and next thing you know, it's on his back. So, anyway, I say that to say, bottom line is, AJ goes in there, don't end up on his back nunts. And you got to remember, he got put down 4 times in the first fight. So, when AJ shows you a boxing performance, you get a boxing performance. You get 12 rounds to 0. Fury, on the other hand, on his back twice, or going life and death with Vlad. That's the truth of it. And all them factors in, that's what makes AJ not hypocritical. And to be honest with you, he made them claims way back when. That interview was done 2 years ago. And at that point in time, he was undefeated. And at that point in time, he'd just gone in there and murked Vlad. So you've got to be realistic here. Simple as that. And let's see Fury. I'm not being funny. I've said it myself. I want to see Fury and Wilder in there with Ruiz. And this makes me laugh because before Ruiz lost the belts, Wilder was saying, "Yeah, man, me and Andy Ruiz, we gonna get it on. We gonna get it on." Let's see. All of a sudden, Wilder's gone hella quiet. He don't want none of Ruiz now. Why is that? You had no problem. He likes talking about how easy it is to make the fight on the PBC side. Oh man, we on the same side of the street, cock-a-doodle-doo. All this kind of business. If you're on the same side of the street, you're on the same side of the street. And the scary thing is, is this. Wilder fought Ortiz twice on the same side of the street, but yet Ortiz hadn't done nothing. I'm not being funny. I want to see Ruiz versus Ortiz as well. Ruiz will murk Ortiz and will murk Wilder. And that's why I'm sitting there thinking, what's going on here? The PBC do this all the time. They've got all these fighters. None of them ever fight. Ruiz needs to be in there immediately with Wilder and or Ortiz. Let's get a real baseline here. Let's see if Pauline Malignaggi's right. Oh yeah, AJ's on the same level as Luis Ortiz. Let's see that. Oh yeah, AJ's the same level as Ortiz and Wilder and Fury are a level above. Let's see Fury, Wilder and Ortiz in there with Ruiz, and let's see them win 12 rounds and or stop Ruiz and or go toe to toe with Ruiz. Let's see it. Honestly, let's see it. I might be wrong. I might be absolutely wrong here. And if Fury goes in there and knocks out Ruiz in a few rounds, I'll say, you know what? He can now call AJ what he wants because he's earned that right. Too many times in this game, people don't earn things, and that's one thing you can never knock AJ for. Whatever AJ said, he has earned. Yeah, AJ literally bashed the right out of Klitschko to call Fury a hypocrite. Because AJ went in there and he exchanged his chin for the victory. Fury, on the other hand, went in there, bored everyone half to sleep, and it was what it was. He didn't earn the right. All he earned there was a life and death win again with Vlad. People call it a boxing performance. A boxing performance, what? Winning barely half of the fight. AJ won 12 rounds. AJ set standards. When AJ makes it boring, he makes it a true Floyd Mayweather. Not even funny. Not even. How many times? When was the last time Floyd won 12 rounds? Seriously, because Floyd was known for giving away the first few. So let's talk turkey here. Floyd was in there with a MMA fighter, and he lost the first 4 rounds, in my opinion, as an example. So let's call a spade here. When was the last time someone won 12 rounds against a unified champion who just knocked him down 4 times? When was it? And lastly, big love to my Danizel Hidden Leaf for coming through and sponsoring man in the Patreon charity. Anyone else who wants to see bi-daily live streams with the YB and daily videos, come through patreon.com/the YB, and I'll catch you man there. Big love.